Immortal DNA. What is it about, this webinar? Why did it come in at this time? And I was sitting with that question myself this morning. I was saying, why did this come in at this time? And what came in very strong when I was sitting with it was that it's come in for a reason. All the craziness that's happening in the world, all the disconnection, all the systems which are in greed, land grabbing, in some places, disconnection, manipulation, they're all frequencies or trauma which is inside all of us of disconnection. And when we go back to our purest essence, we are in alignment with creation. We are in alignment with creation and creator within inside you, within me, within all of us. And we have already access to a coherent world. And that coherent world is with us now. And for me, it's only about stepping into it. It's here already. The heaven and earth is here already. And if I don't acknowledge the incomplete systems within my system, I will be drawn back into the destruction, the taking, the greed, the manipulation, the fear. So this webinar is about dropping into your essence, into your DNA, and opening those strands of DNA, which are in coherence with creation. And to declutter the brain. I know Greg Braden's talking about it a lot, about when you disconnect the brain from the clutter and then you give space, and then nature codes come in and you go back into coherence. So this webinar is meant to be repeated over the next month. So when it declutters your system, you naturally go back into resonance, with coherence, with creation, which is here already. So it's clearing those frequencies within our system of disconnection and shadow aspects of ourselves and fears. And it's interesting, what came in very strong as well, I was reading a book and it was about communicating with the spirits. And it was a channel book, and it was about, they were saying that the hell on earth, it's your own hell on earth. And if you want to leave the body believing it's a hell on earth, you will be in that hell on earth. That's what you'll leave, and that's where you'll stay, part of that aspect of your belief system. And in our epigenetics, we all had our own hell on earth. I remember as a child growing up in a Catholic system, if I masturbated, I'd feel guilty, and that was my hell on earth. So we all have those aspects of the hell on earth, and that's in our lives. That's in our DNA. And if that was in my ancestors' DNA, it's in my system. So I want to clear that from the system. So this webinar will be really going deeply, and I did it last night in the free webinar I did last night about clearing manipulation. I'd really recommend you to go back and use that. It's surprisingly, it's a very potent webinar, and I feel it's meant for more than who was in it. The right people will come in at the right time, but it's really got the codes for clearing this mass manipulation from the ancestral information. So I invite you to be aware that what you're seeing in the outer world, it's in your system somewhere on some resonance. Where is it in your system? And let's clear it. So then you're vibrating on the frequency of creation. You're going into pure coherence with creation. And that's where you can see the great architects in the past who created beautiful architecture or art pieces or musicians, orchestras. They were connected to creation. So I invite you to be part of this webinar and to connect to that eternal being in you, the eternal DNA, and consciously make a shift in your system, because it's about your consciousness and your choices and your free will. So if your free will has decided and accepted first what's in your system and accepted to transform it and accept to step out of it and into your being, that's what will happen. So this webinar is going to have a lot of transformational information. It's going to work through whatever's in your system, which is disconnecting you from source within you and the subconsciousness and the brain. So it's going to reset the whole system, and it will reset your life. And it's about making it a habit of being in those frequencies. So I'd love you to, watch it maybe in the morning or in the evening, going to bed, and just play it in the background. So you bathe in those frequencies and make those frequencies your new connection within the brain, that the brain remembers to reconnect to your origin, to your essence of creation. It's almost like you're going for a walk in the park every day, or by the sea. So your system is remembering this natural rhythm, intelligence, which is around you and which is in you already. And it's prioritizing that rather than the destruction and the noise. So it's going to really clear what's in the system, the illusions, the demons. And as I say, if you missed the webinar last night, I would really recommend you to do it. And if you want to share it, also I'd invite you to press the like button if you like it, because it'll help the algorithm to bring it up more for other people to share those frequencies with others. I love to share and spread the work as much as possible. So I invite you to be part of this evening's webinar, and let's do this together, and let's accept that there is a new earth, which there is here already. And let's bring it down into our lives by transforming what's in our systems. Have a beautiful day and weekend. And thank you. And it really is a challenging time to be here, but a beautiful time to be here at this moment in time. We have the power within our systems to change the entire system. Let's do it. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you.